For purposes of this petition, it was filed on Friday, and by Judge Mamuye referred it to the Honorable the Chief Justice, and we expected it to be coming tomorrow on Thursday. My Lord, Mr. Mutembei was not served with this particular notice that is before you.
Actually, nobody was served. We sent out the notice in the morning today because we received them in the morning. And that's why I said that this matter is still coming.
Yes.
And because the representation is likely to be across, we mentioned them because we thought we would find people like you waiting for them here.
Waiting for them here.
Yes.
So that, my Lord, in that case, what I would ask the court, and for the additional reason that I am aware that in that matter, the notice of motion is seeking a 5-judge bench, and particularly for the reason that this is an application by the citizens of Central Kenya who says, like in the year 2013, that their rights, not just regarding Gachagua, have been affected adversely by the impeachment of the Deputy President Gachagua, and therefore I would ask that this matter do come tomorrow so that the issue on that issues of empanelment and in the presence of Mr. Mutembei can be dealt with. Because now that it is obvious that even the direct, like the advocates who filed the case are not here, it would only be fair that there is another mention where they can also be there. Actually, we didn't even have the file. We are just looking at it from our record. But that is the position as far as 570 is concerned. There is a specific application for a 5-judge bench in that matter.
Mr. Kibe.
Yes, my Lord.
We are beyond that. There was a request for a 5-judge bench.
Yes, my Lord.
But what has been empaneled is a 3-judge bench comprising Justice Eric Ogola, Justice Mrima, and Honorable Dr. Justice Freda Mugambi. So the request for a 5-judge bench, I think, is overtaken by events unless he wants to appeal.
Yes. The chances of appeal are very high. for the simple reasons, my Lord, that will become apparent. I believe there must be some mechanical applications to the issues, but now that it arises specifically, that issue would be addressed, and the Chief Justice would have the relevant communications tomorrow morning, while given the nature of the issue that must be dealt with, there must be a 5-judge matter. All benches can be expanded. I believe that is the positions that we are coming from. So without saying specifically that we don't want anyone, all benches are capable of being expansion, particularly bearing in mind, and this is something that a number of the clients that already we are representing, there have been repeated insinuations by our people out there, including Senior Counsel Abel Nasir Abdullahi, that the senior bench is supposed, the 3-judge bench is supposed to do this or the other. We can't help that. This is not coming from the petition.
What we'll do, Mr. Mugai, is that we'll mention this matter tomorrow.
I'll appreciate. What time, my Lord?
At 9.
Most obliged.
Mr. Kibe, you will serve.
Most of the people actually here, we had served them, but we shall serve the notice of hearing.
All right.
The notice of hearing for the mention tomorrow at 9. I thought, my Lord, the 10 would have been easier, because by the time I go to my office, there will be nobody to do some of these things. Or probably 11.
You know, but the time we spend here means that even if you come at 10, you'll find us here.
My Lord, what time then do we come tomorrow?
The court starts at 9.
Yes.
You can come at 11.
11. What's the place?
My Lord, I am asking, please, this particular file, that you record my presence together with the other lawyers I mentioned earlier as appearing for the Deputy President with the second response.
This one?
Yes.
The very file?
Yes.
But you didn't stand up, Mr. Mute. I thought you were not here.
Patiently wait.
This matter of 570?
Yes. If you look at the party, the Deputy President is the second response.
So you agree with the directions which you have given? Eh?
I accept directions. And I will be here tomorrow at 11. Inshallah.
Please, Your Lordship, in this particular matter...
Let's the same matter?
Yes.
570?
Yes, my name is Manzo. I'd wish to go on record for the first interested party.
Your Lordship, my lady, may I be placed on record for the second and the fourth interested party? And permit me to only indicate the implication of the orders of the imparliament that were issued by the judge who directed the Chief Justice does impanel you. The best of my thinking and knowledge is that the prayer was granted as it is for the empowerment of five judge bench.
Mr. Jerry. Jeru, yes.
There one Jeru.
We speak from the record. You heard me mention the parties. I said that this file has been empaneled to comprise the Honorable Mr. Justice Eric Ogola, the Honorable Mr. Justice Murima, the Honorable Dr. Judge Freda Mugambi. I think that's very clear. We are only three.
That's correct. But okay, I will address you tomorrow on that issue.
My lords, my lady. So we mention it tomorrow. Mr. Njiru, you say you come for which parties?
Your Lordship, I appear for the second and the fourth interested party.
Thank you.
My Lord, perhaps if I may make a request. My Lord, there is a file that is live before you. And that is petition number 565 of 2024. We have requested, my Lord, that you give directions in respect of the applications in that matter, because this process of taking quorum might take some time. And there are three cohorts of files that are before you. And if I may just be given a moment to explain myself. As the court has correctly identified, there is a cohort of files that are consolidated in petition 522. There is a cohort of files that is consolidated around petition 565, which have the two applications that the court has identified as urgent. And then there are these others that have been referred to the court by virtue of the email that we have all seen today. It is my request that the court keeps them in those cohorts so that the applications are able to be dealt with because they are urgent. These are important, but the applications are urgent. And the court has identified that urgency because this will go on for 2 or 3 hours without any directions having been given in 565.
Lord, could we be on board together? We are being made orphans. The state is in the bedroom. Let us also be in the bedroom so that we can respond.
Mr. Amar, what do you want to do in the bedroom?
We will discuss the relationship of our blood. Can we allow the parties?
Mr. Nyamodi, the reason why we are mentioning these matters is to find out if any of them would be ripe for consolidation with the matter which is here so that we don't duplicate.
Thank you, my Lord.
My Lord, perhaps as you consider that, let me put it on record that if you are considering whether they are ripe for consolidation, the consolidation should not then slow down the hearing of the application that you have already identified as urgent. If they are to come on board, they come on board and proceed from where we are.
Let us be on board first. We respond to him appropriately. Allow us, even the escape platform,
Give me the next.
be on record.
My lady and my lords, I just have a passionate plea to make. There are not many pleas. The first plea is this. Could we consider utilizing the ceremonial court on the ground floor because it is spacious and sufficient to hold all of us? That's number one. Number two, my request is this. The court has all the petitions. Why can't the assistants to the court enumerate the parties there in the quorum in the manner we used to do in the Court of Appeal before? So that when we appear here, at whatever time we indicate, we'll just fill our respective names and the court will be able to deal with the matter without the need of this back and forth. Number three, my lords and my lady, I think the court needs to just be a little bit proactive. When you retreat, you may make two decisions. One, either to determine the interlocutory applications, in which case you can frame issues for the parties to submit on. Or two, if you're minded to hear the petitions themselves, then still frame the issues and forward it to us so that we're able to make progress. That way we'll make good use of the initial time that is very limited in respect of this matter. I beseech you most sincerely.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey. Well taken.
As a former chairman of the House of Science, let me second the first issue and plead that if only for the purposes of everybody getting sufficient oxygen, because we are too crowded and the people want to listen, and the media and the members of the public, if it is possible, let us use the ceremonial hall.
Council, Senior Council, we will use the ceremonial hall as from tomorrow.
Thank you.
And
I wish to say that perhaps when giving directions, then and if parties, files are going to be consolidated, then it would be proper each person is served with the applications so that we are able to respond, even if we are given a day to respond, so that when we begin to submit, we are able to submit according to the law, not as per the bar and whatever issues are being raised. Thank you.
Thank you.
My Lord, I was going to beseech the court, if we are to make progress, I will beseech the court to invoke its powers under Section 5, Article 59. We will go on and on. There is no shortage of legal provisions enabling this court to rein in on the lawyers. Because if you don't do that, my Lord, on a matter like this where you are 20 lawyers, 50 lawyers on the other side, we will be coming to you. We'll be doing legal gymnastics, legal ping pong, what I call legal sophistry on other occasions. And meanwhile, we'll be lamenting, as we are now lamenting to you, that there are applications, both from this side and this side, certified urgent. Meanwhile, we are spending a lot of time, each of us from whatever side, studying to raise this or other housekeeping issue. I beseech you, my Lord, in a matter like this, the court must be very firm. It must run the council. The court itself must have very clear direction. Which is the application that will be had, in what sequence, what are the time allocations, how the parties share those times.
We have agreed on that, and what we ask is let us mention these matters so that we know how they relate to the other matters which are before the court. So we have mentioned 570. We have mentioned, do you have 570? We have mentioned 570. There's, which one did we mention? This 550. 550.
In E570.
We have mentioned E570. E550, Speaker of the National Assembly versus regarding Gachagua.
My Lord, this file is already consolidated under the cohort of 522.
$550.
When was the petition filed?
No, I'm sorry, my Lord. That was not consolidated.
Yes. 550. Who is in 550? Who is in 550?
My Lord, mine is 572.
My Lord,
I'm asking 550.
yes, my Lord, in 550. Milimu, my Lord, with Ole Koyoni, we appear for the first respondent.
I guess you can tell us who is the petition.
The petitioner, my Lord, is the former Deputy President, my Lord,
Lord.
represented by my Lord Senior.
My Lord, I appear for the Deputy President, not former. He remains in office on the basis of the conservatory orders, and each bench has confirmed weighty issues, which is why we are here. Let's not join the rush.
For the first petition,
For the first petition. I thank you.
My Lord, if it pleases you, Nyamodi and Gumbo for the second respondent. And our learned colleague, Mr. Murugara.
Yes. My name is Pele. Is this my husband? I appear together with Kindiki and my senior professor GMW for the third and fourth